Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, everybody! This is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you in the month of December, since it is Christmas time and the holiday time, about Modern Family Season 11, Last Christmas. So, when it comes to Modern Family, I feel like before the show started to suck, season 11 was probably like the last, season 6 was the last good season. Then it started to suck. And then season 11 came around and it was actually very enjoyable. It reminded me of how this show first started. Mainly because of all of the infighting. That's what this show was based off of. People getting on each other's nerves and them fighting. Between between 7 and 10, everybody just started getting along. Some people started acting differently and everything. That whole Joe's age thing never made no sense to me. He started off as a baby, then all of a sudden he's like a toddler, then all of a sudden he's like 4 or 5, and then the next season it's just dude, because it's weird, because when he started off as being I think a toddler or whatever, him and Lily was really young. Then all of a sudden she's now older and taller, and then he's just all of a sudden really tiny and stuff. And so this episode was extremely good. Now, was it as good as say one of the older Christmas episodes? No, but it was pretty good, pretty decent. And I really enjoyed it. So, in this episode, of course, it's gonna be their last Christmas, but they don't know that yet. And so, Cam wants to have the most special Christmas ever. He wants everything to go right. He doesn't want no fighting whatsoever. So, he's setting the table, and every person that comes in the house, they're all I don't want to sit next to this person because they're not getting along with somebody, or they're trying to avoid somebody. And of course, when he set the table, he set them up to where they can sit next to each other. So now he has to keep changing that around. So that's kind of bugging him and everything. And he wants it to be very perfect because he hasn't told the family that they might, him and Mitchell might be moving, or at least he will, to Missouri and everything. So, some of the people who don't want to sit next to each other, Gloria comes in with Jay, and it's funny because before Jay even entered the house, you can hear him talking outside, and he insults the scarf that Cam had got him. He talking about he looks like Eliza Taylor or something like that, and then he comes in, he's all like, "Oh, I love this thing. It makes me feel like a Hollywood movie star." And so Jay, he wants to sit next to Claire because he has some business to talk to her about. And then Claire, she doesn't want to sit next to him because she don't want to talk business. It's been a good while since I saw season 11, so I forgot everything that pretty much happened in it. And so when I'm starting to hear some things here and there, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, that did happen. So they used to work together, in the whole closet thing, but then later on I think she stopped, and they had a weird falling out and stuff like that. She doesn't want to work for her dad anymore. Now, when it comes to Gloria, she tells Cam Luke and Manny can't sit next to each other because Luke stole Manny's girlfriend. So I had forgot all about that. And so Claire and Phil, they're all kind of they were surprised, but yeah, Luke finally confessed, talking about he's in love with her and stuff like that. And so they're upset by that. And Gloria tells them, talk to Luke about this and make him break up with that girl. But he doesn't want to. And then so Gloria, she's in a huge defense mode of Manny, because that's her favorite man in the whole wide world, you know what I'm saying? And she's all like, oh, it's not his fault. It was just the way he was raised, since his mother's such a tramp. And Phil, he tries to come to Claire's defense. But talking about, you don't get to call my wife that. Sure, she used to be a little loose back in the day. And talking about when one of her ex-boyfriend passes by, does she run out to go see them? Depends on what city it's in. But he tries to defend her, but it's making it worse. And that's what I missed about Phil, man. Like, he used to be so funny like that. And so, Alex, she doesn't want to sit next to Gloria, which is shocking because this is like Alex and everything. Now, I have to say this about Alex. I've always been a fan of like Ariel Winters and everything. And so it's like, you know, when you look at her, you know, she is gorgeous and everything, right? But after so many years of playing this nerdy character who always dresses frumpy and everything, towards the end of the series, she started acting different. Alex, I'm talking about. She started dressing more sexy. Her cleavage is all out. She's sleeping around with guys. I'm just like, who is that? That's not Alice. Alice is the nerd who can't get no guy. And that's what I was talking about when I said this show started to change with its characters. They just all started acting different. And when they started acting different, it just wasn't fun no more. I was expecting that to be like Haley, but then Haley started to like grow up towards the end of the series and got like a boyfriend she really liked, and got like a really good job. And I'm just like, and then got married and had kids. I'm just like, what is this show? I don't recognize this show. So anyway, she don't want to sit next to Gloria because she was at a restaurant, and Gloria was being interviewed by these two real estate people. But then she's working with Phil in real estate. It's so funny because Alice went to go leave thinking Gloria didn't see her. Then all of a sudden Gloria sneaks up on her like a spy, and she's all like, just like the last 5 Michael McConaughey movies, you didn't see me. I was like, oh my God. All right. So like she wants to tell her father, but every time she tries to go, Gloria sneaks up on her somehow. And so Haley, her and Dylan there with the babies, but Dylan don't get to say much or do much and everything. And so like Haley is so bored, she just wants drama. She wants people to fight. So she makes a story up about Cam and tells Mitchell, man, that was tense between you two. What's going on? He's like, yeah, that's right. She's all like, you know what you should do? Look through his luggage. So he's like, I can't do that. She's like, sure you can. So he does that and finds a plane ticket to Missouri. He's all like, why is he going there and stuff? That's where his family's at. And she's like, I don't know. Maybe you should check his cell phone. And he's all like, I don't have his password. All you need is a face. So she pretends like do some kind of boomerang dance. And to take a picture of him. And he goes through his phone and finds all these weird messages. She opened up a can of worms that caused the entire family to fight, right? So Manny finally comes in. And he's moping around because he's mad, sad about Luke breaking up his girl, him and his girl. And so Claire's dodging like her dad, and eventually Phil does find out about the whole Gloria thing because Alex, she got pissed at Gloria and decided to tell. And then, so it was so funny because at the table, she's all, what's the name? Gloria said something to her like mean, and Alex are like, I'm not afraid of you with everybody sitting here. Lily don't have much to do other than just being a smart mouth. That's weird. Like they always made Lily into like the smart mouth character, and after a while she started disappearing and coming back, and then they changed her up a little bit to make her not so much sarcastic but really rude. And then, you know what's so funny about this last season? A lot of the children characters, you know, they're older now, they started disappearing from the season. Like, they kept, like, Manny disappeared the most. When he finally did show back up, I'm like, oh, yeah, this dude's in the show. So Cam finally gets everybody to sit down, and he tells them he don't want no more fighting. He makes Luke and Manny talk it out, and Manny's all like, look man, I'll help you talk to your girl, or my former girl, because you know you need to say something nice and sincere, and I'll text it to her. And so Cam reveals to, well actually before that, what's her name, Claire, she talks to her dad, and he's all like, you know, I get you don't want to work for me because you don't want to disappoint me again, like that whole idea thing you had, some kind of something vision thing. And so, like, she's pissed, thinking to herself, like, you know, that's what that is? Like, you think I failed you and everything? So Cam won't let her vent. He don't want nobody fighting. But it was funny. There's a scene when she's trying to, like, duck out from Jay, and she's next to the window, and she does like a back handspring out the window and into the bushes and stuff. uh, and so like, where are we at now? Oh yeah, so Cam tells everybody what's going on. This could very well be our last Christmas because some people saw me because he teaches football, and then they liked what they saw, and they want him to coach up in Missouri, and he didn't want to tell nobody because he's afraid Mitchell won't go with him. But Mitchell's all like, I'll go. Mitchell does not want to go to the country and stuff. And so then Alex revealed, I applied for something in New York, and this might be my last Christmas. And then Manny told him that, this art thing in London that he applied for, and he might be leaving. And then Haley said she might be getting a job in Paris, and she might be leaving. Where are all these fancy jobs that these kids are getting? Like, you remember how they were from back in the day? And so Gloria's pissed. She's all like, so it's just going to be me, Phil, and a sad little turkey? Because now Jay is talking about moving to Palm Springs because they have like a beach house there and stuff. And so this is the reason why they call it. They also call it The Last Thanksgiving. I haven't watched that episode yet. It's been a good while since I watched it, since it first came out. But yeah. So everybody gonna be departing, and it's like really sad because when the show first started, everybody was together. You know what I'm saying? They were always together for the holidays. It's just weird and not real, but it's like your little TV family, So they're getting ready for like the group picture, the last group picture, and Luke realized that he just got dumped by that girl, and he's all like, she didn't like the stuff I text her, and Manny's all like, oh yeah, that's right, she hates it when guys move fast. And it's so funny. So as the picture's about to snap, of course, in modern day fashion, it's Gloria, just like with the Thanksgiving thing, it's Gloria looking like fabulous. Manny's happy and smiling too. And Luke jumps over everybody's like, I want to kill you. And everybody's trying to like grab Luke back and everything. And the picture snaps. Oh, I love it. It's been there since season 1 with or season 1 or 2. I think it was 2 when they took the picture outside with all the white outfits and stuff. And so like the end credits is just Cam waiting to hear back from those people. And it's like this big montage, like 15 minutes past, an hour past, 5 hours that night. And he's just hysterical. His mood is constantly changing from happy to sad to mad to frantic. It's just, if only they would have done that from season 7 to 10, they probably could have still been on the air today, but they totally screwed that up and stuff. But all in all, like I said before, this was a really good Christmas episode. I haven't laughed this way at Modern Family in a long time. And even though I don't own the 7 through 10 seasons, I'm going to check it out on Hulu because I'm curious to see like what their holiday specials are like. I know there's one Thanksgiving one that was kind of interesting where Lily's on like a tricycle and she's like riding through the house kind of like in The Shining and stuff. Bah humbug, that was a good episode. All right, everybody, I'll talk to you later. Bye.